Okay. Okay, I think we're recording. Okay. Hi guys, hi everyone, how's it going? This is Shane here from Dinny Collins Fitness. Today I'm joined by Greg Lewis, one of our amazing clients who has been with us now for, Jesus, how long has it been, Greg, now?
About 15 or 16 weeks now.
Jesus, time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, absolutely,
But,
absolutely.
Today I'm joined by Greg to chat a little bit about his results so far. I have one or two questions I have for Greg that he's going to tell you a little bit about his journey so far. So I hope you take some good points from this, and yeah, let's get started. So first, Greg, first thing I wanted to ask you was, how were you feeling before you joined Dinny Collins Fitness?
Well, it's been a struggle. I've always been sort of a big lad. But a couple of years ago, I went through losing Mom, which was horrific. And then shortly after that, Dad got ill. And during Dad's last couple of days, we got a diagnosis of our son, Sam, that he had autism. And he was non-verbal. He had an intellectual disability. And about 2 weeks after that, then Dad passed away. So there was all that build-up of emotion and sadness, and I didn't know, and I don't mean to sound sexist here, but as the man, you have to put on this persona of being strong and being, the man of the house, and to lose two parents within such a close time, and then to get the bad news about Sam I just didn't know how to deal with it. So I don't drink or smoke, so my thing was filth, and I started eating and eating and eating, and I could see what was happening to me. But I think, like any sort of, and I believe I have an addiction. I believe food is my addiction. And I just think that people don't, when they see someone that's quite big, it's just, he's fat, he's lazy, he just doesn't care. And it's not that. I think for me personally, it was, I didn't know how to deal with bereavement. I didn't know how to deal with the news of Sam. So my comfort was eating, and I ate, and it got to the stage where I was secretly eating. I was eating in the car. I would go around to the shops to get milk, and all of a sudden I'm buying bars of chocolate and bags of crisps, and it got really even worse then. Sort of about 2 months before I joined Dinny's, or seeing Dinny's advertisement, where I was actually ordering like curries from the curry shop and saying, like, tap on the window, don't knock at the door, like, and I'll take it in through the window. And I was eating, like, so the kids wouldn't know, so my wife wouldn't know. And then I was going in, and I was sticking my fingers down my throat. It was horrific, that time in my life. And it was always, I said, being a struggle, being a big guy, but just that sort of time in my life, I didn't know how to deal with it, and I turned to filth.
Sure. And tell me this, Greg. So what was it that kind of, you mentioned there, you seen the advertisement for Dinny, and just to kind of go back to that, I can relate 100% to what you were saying there. Like, I found myself in a very similar situation as well, and I did find that I turned to food for comfort, and I found that it was almost an escape, because you can just it's a relaxing kind of thing. I can 100% relate to that. But when you seen the ad on Facebook, and you seen Dinny popping up and whatever he was doing in the video, what was it that kind of gave you the courage to kind of click in? Because I know it's not easy when you're going about this stuff. What was it that kind of said, now it's time to do something? Like, what gave you that kind of push to go and do something?
I think it's like any addiction. I think you can't deal with that addiction till you actually admit that there's an issue there, no matter whether it be food or alcohol or drugs. I think you have to admit that there is an issue. And when we found out about Sam, you find out who your family and friends are, because when you have a child with special needs, people seem to shy away from it, and you find out quite quickly that your family and friends are either in the long haul with you, or else it's just your family.
Yeah.
And for me, I felt that there wasn't enough support. I was really, really in a bad place, and I was flicking through Facebook one day, and all of a sudden I seen this big hairstyle and cap, and it was so funny, like, and I went, because I tried gyms, and you know, I was very self-conscious of the size, the person that I was, and believe it or not, and I know it's a lot of them will probably go, no way, Greg, but I was quite a shy lad and quite a quiet boy, you know, and it takes a lot for me to come out of my comfort zone. And when I seen Dinny on Facebook, I remember sitting down with Celine and literally crying and saying, I need help. I need, for my sanity, to be here then for as long as I can be for Sam, because with his needs, he's going to need parents around for as long as I can be here. And I showed Celine this guy, this mad hairstyle, cap, and, you know, it was just so funny, like, and she went, you think they're going to him? And I went, yeah. I said, this just looks really, really good and exciting. Yeah. And I said the incentive there was, you know, reach your target weight, pay for 6 weeks, but get 6 weeks free, appealed to me. So it was just at that time, literally the following day after seeing Dinny, I had that conversation, very emotional conversation, because I was dying. I was eating myself into oblivion. Yeah. And I think if anyone who has had that issue will understand. People who join gyms to stay fit, who are already fit, might not. But I was heading down a dark road, and digging myself into an early grave.
Yeah, sure. And so, Greg, so then obviously fast forward then, so you came down, you met Dinny, you had to chat with him, and we organised you to start the challenge. What were the feelings coming in on the first day? What was in terms of your first class? How did you find the process from when you joined? Like, obviously, I think I speak sort of a lot of times when I say the hardest part is actually coming down for that first meeting, and then once you actually kind of come into the gym and you see, like, oh, there's no one around, like it's just a normal place, it looks friendly, everyone is nice, everyone's smiling, happy, shaking hands, all this sort of stuff. What was kind of, did that put you a little bit more at ease then when you got here?
Oh, look, without a doubt. I remember talking to yourself, finding directions to the appointment, and arrived that Saturday morning to have my consultation with Dinny. And I was going away the first week of our 6 week challenge, so I didn't start till the following week. And I remember being down in we were staying in a hotel, and my first actually class was the outside class in Port Round with Dinny, like.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I remember then over the weekend thinking, how am I going to go in here? I mean, I'm a big guy, like, I mean, I'm you know, I was very conscious of the size that I was, like, but within minutes, and I mean, within minutes, I had felt quite at ease. I really felt that, yeah, this could work. You know, we met with the challengers, and it just seemed to click. It just seemed to click. There was no sort of, you know, I'm a big muscly guy, or you're a skinny muscly woman, or you're here and you're really fit. We were all on a path to somewhere, and we all accepted each other. I mean, there was big, there was small, there was medium, there was thin, you know, but we all accepted each other, which I found so amazing. Yeah. And made me feel so much at ease within minutes, I have to say, within minutes.
Brilliant. And so I want to talk a little bit about your results. So you do the 6-week challenge, and then obviously you continued after the challenge. Talk to us a little bit about your time in DCF. So, like, you know, a little bit about the workouts. How did you find the training? And how have you found your results? And tell us a little bit about kind of the overall experience.
The trainers, yourself, Robbie. I won't call her Tamara because if she says this, she'll kill me. So Tamara, Dinny, I mean, and Aaron. Look, I've never had an experience like this because it's like, you know, when you hear coaches and trainers say, if you're not here, we'll be on your back. If you don't turn up, we're going to phone you. We'll come find you. And I sort of went, yeah, right, whatever. But, you know, during this lockdown period, you know, yourself has been on to me. Aaron has been on to me. You know, it's been this sort of constant sort of making sure that I'm okay. The first 6 weeks, yeah, it was so good. The hardest thing for me was the eating. I didn't mind the exercise. But the hardest thing for me was to change my whole philosophy and mental attitude towards food. That was the hardest thing for me. But I said, I'm in it for the haul. I'm in it for the long haul. So I might as well start now and walk. So between the exercise and the eating, first 6 weeks, I'd lost 29 pounds.
Wow.
So I got my next 6 weeks free. So the Wednesday that we shut, my weight had my total loss weight at that stage was 63 pounds.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, I've been more confident in the way I look, the way I feel. My son actually gave out to me the other day because I was actually wearing his coat, like. So I've gone from going into these like tents into his clothes, like. So he started going, "Dad, you don't lose anymore. Like, if you're going into my wardrobe and nicking me stuff, like, you know." Yeah. But everyone, the group of challengers that I have to say, I couldn't have picked a better group of 6 weeks challengers, and they know who they are. You know, these people. We set up a WhatsApp group. We continuously talk to each other. We continuously give each other moral support, even if it's just through a text. We phone each other. We were supposed to meet this morning, but the weather, we sort of knocked her on the head. You know, we've gone swimming. Well, the guards have gone swimming out in Port Ran. I couldn't make it that day, but you know, it's just been an amazing experience that I can't thank DFC enough, but also the challengers that I've gone on this journey with.
Brilliant. And yeah, no, that's amazing. And so the kind of last thing that I have for you, Greg, is so a lot of the times when these videos get put out there on Facebook, 9 times out of 10, anyone who's watching this now is probably sitting down and probably chilling out in the evening. And I can say this for a fact. I know that there's a lot of people watching this that are saying, that sounds exactly like me. That sounds exactly like me. Because one thing that's important to know, and I think I actually put my finger on this as being the reason why we get on so well in the gym with everyone, is that everyone that comes in can all relate to each other in terms of their situations they've been in, and whether it's personal life, whether it's their physical health, whatever it is. I think everyone can relate to each other. And I think, like you said, when it comes to acceptance, I think that's important, because everyone looks around and says, this person is just like me, this person is just like me. And I think that really helps the group click, regardless if you've got lots of weight to lose, or if you've got no weight to lose. You know, it's one of them things where everyone is there because for the same reason. So for anyone who may be watching this video kind of in the future, Greg, what sort of advice, because, you know, if someone is sitting on the fence, maybe thinking, should I go, should I not go? Or maybe they had them same anxious fears that you had about going. What sort of advice would you kind of give them to give them a little bit of a push to kind of make that first step that you did?
Take the plunge. Definitely take the plunge. As I said to you, the community, for me, to be part of DFC now is part of my life. And I believe that if I hadn't taken that step, that even now, 12 weeks down the line, I would have hated to think where I'd be now.
Yeah.
So if anyone is listening, if anyone is sort of going, yeah, that sounds familiar, please, please, please make the step. Dinny Collins Fitness Club has changed my life. They will guide you. They will support you in any way that they can. So don't be afraid. Yes, we're all different sizes. We're all different people. But it will help you, and it will get you to a place where I am now, which is very comfortable. Even though I still need to lose more, I'm very, very comfortable with the person that I am. So please make the step. Believe in that you can do it. You can become the person that you want to be. Don't let food turn you into the person you don't want to be. Take control and make the step.
Brilliant. Brilliant. No, thanks very much, Greg. That's for the insight, because as I said, I think it's really important that when these videos go out, that we're hearing from just normal people who are juggling busy lives and family life and all that kind of stuff, and just to give other people the kind of inspiration to say that, you know, you can do it as well. You know, there's no, you know, all these excuses and these restrictions that you've put, that a lot of people put on themselves, can be broken, like you said, by taking the first step. So, Greg, I wanted to just say thanks for joining me this morning. I really, really appreciate it. I really enjoyed that chat as well. I know I did know a good bit about your story before, but it's nice to get a kind of a good insight to how you were feeling, because like I said, I can 100% relate to all them feelings you mentioned at the very start. And I think it's something that when you look back in hindsight, and you know, you look back and say, thank God I found the way out, because like you said, you don't know what way it was going. So thanks very much for joining me this morning, Greg. I can't wait to share your story with other people, because I know for a fact that there will be someone watching this video in the future that will sit here and hopefully take action based on what you've shared this morning. And all I can say is I wish you continued success. I know you still are quite motivated and inspired, and you still have a long way to go in your head, and you're on that right path, which is the main thing. So I wish you continued success. Not so much for your club, but but no, for your fitness journey. All the best, and get it in there. But no, listen, Greg, thanks very much for joining me this morning. I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, this will be going out on Facebook and everything, so I really hope that people take a lot from this. And like I said, I wish you all the continued success for the future.
Thanks, Shane.
All right.
Thanks, Dinny Collins Fitness Club as well. Take care.
Brilliant, Greg.